Well, I was really pleased and happy about today's game. No doubt about it, our team improved a great deal from our first exhibition game till through tonight's game. Really across the board, whether it be individually, not just one side of the basketball, but offense, defense. And it's great to see. With such a young group, that's the advantage that, sometimes in a 4 or 5 day window, when they gain the experience of playing against a real team, they can improve at a far greater clip than maybe a more experienced seasoned team. And I think that's what we went through. We were able to watch film of the first game, just sometimes getting the nerves out. First time in McHale playing against another team is a big deal. But we settled in, and offensively, that was as efficient as we've been. That team returns a lot of players from a year ago. They obviously had a great season a year ago. I think they'll have another great season. That's why we play Chico State, because we really respect how they play the game, their talent level. And this is the third year in a row they've played us. But this team a year ago, heck, they took us to the wire. It was really a 5-point game. Could have gone either way. So the fact that we beat them the way we did tonight, I thought our guys were focused, and hopefully that'll set the tone for a great week of practice.
What does it say about your team that you can beat a team like that, how you did, but you're missing 3 key players?
Well, the guys that played the game tonight, and that's the focus, they did an excellent job. We moved the ball well. When you can get 21 assists and 10 turnovers, that speaks volumes. We got to the foul line 27 times. They got to the foul line 5 times. And I thought we did a really good job of playing defense without reaching and fouling, which in the month of November isn't easy to do, especially on our side with such a young group. And we had some breakdowns, but those are all things that we want to look at and improve on from today until next Friday, this coming Friday.
Parker adds to that. I think how he kind of shows up and he does his job and makes probably other people better. Is that about right, how he did it tonight?
Yeah, Parker, he's the senior point guard. He's a pass-first point guard. He's been in a lot of big games, big moments. He's fought through adversity and injuries, been a part of 3 very good teams, 2 championship teams. And you just can't take for granted that type of experience. He knows what to do and how to do it. And you're right, he sets the tone for our team. I think his style is also a great fit for the rest of the group, because he's a much different player than the rest of the guys, and that he finds people. And I tell you what, he's made a big difference in Alex Barcelo. And I think if you talk to Alex, practicing against him every day, and having Parker as the older guard, talking to him all the time, Alex has really started to come on, and I'm really pleased with the way he played tonight.
Are you expecting him to start shooting more threes this year?
He will, yeah. He will. I think as the three-point shot presents itself, Alex is one of our team's best shooters.
Well, let's talk about Parker.
Parker, same thing. His Pac-12 three-point shooting the last 2 years, he might be the best over a 2-year span in the Pac-12 in terms of percentage. And he's had a couple of times in the non-conference seasons where, because of injuries, he didn't shoot it as well. But I would expect him to really shoot it consistently.
How much of that efficiency tonight do you think was due to Parker, or was it just sort of a lot of guys doing the right things, being in the right place, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, it wasn't just one player. It was every. Emmanuel had 6 assists again. So in the 2 exhibition games, he now has 12 assists. And you can't take for granted DeAndre's ability to pass. I mean, they elected to post-trap him, and he looked like a 10-year, NBA player. How seasoned, how poised he was at handling the double team, just making the simple play, throwing a quick pass to the first open man. And, even if his pass didn't lead to the shot directly, it led to the ball moving around, and probably created 5 or 6 just great shots for our team. But for someone at the beginning of his freshman year, usually post-trapping and double teams, they can be a problem. But just watching his mind, and I've said it time and time again about him, it's his intelligence that sets him apart more than anything, in my opinion. He's got great ability, but he knows what he's doing out there, and he makes his teammates better.
How much of the defensive rotations would you say he's gotten figured out in your system?
He makes mistakes, but his intent is always good. It's not easy at 7 foot, 260 pounds, to move like he moves on the court. And a lot of guys his size are going to play the 5, so they'll only guard centers. the way we're playing, and I think it'll really help his development and give our team, I think, a different look. He guards the other team's 4 when Duson's in there. So we're asking him as a freshman, his size to guard a guy like tonight, 6'5", 6'6", can really shoot the 3. But I think the more you challenge him, I think the more he'll grow. And with his growth defensively, he'll really give our team a lot of, I think, good characteristics.
That said, I notice this is what he does. He steps out and shoots the long shot. But how comfortable are you with him doing that from 3?
He's a very good three-point shooter. He's also a very good free throw shooter. And we watch it every day. So, what he does in games is pretty much what you see on a daily basis, how he goes about things. And but he's he's a very good player. That speaks for itself. He's a very good teammate. He's a very hard worker. He's bright. He's smart. And for somebody as talented as he is, it's really fun to watch him play the game and be as intelligent of a player as he is. And that becomes contagious too. When that guy makes the right play and is unselfish, it's difficult for anyone else to deviate. And I thought Alonzo had a great game tonight. He was efficient, got off to a really good start, took what the defense gave, and I think those two guys, they combined for 43 points.
After his 3, what did you see out there where you kind of looked like you yelled something out there and then a quick, pick and pop and he hits the 3? Were you just seeing something that you wanted to call that specific thing for him?
It's a good shot for our team to allow him to do that because it puts a lot of pressure on the defense. You have to deal with him everywhere, not just around the basket, but on the perimeter. And like I said, he's efficient. He's not going to take bad shots. So if you give him a drive, he'll take the drive. If he doesn't have a good shot, he'll move the ball.
You said besides the post trap, they threw out a fair amount of zone defense at you too. What was your impression on that? I guess that.
But we really handled the zone well. I've told you that we've spent a lot of time this summer and in the fall at being organized and trying to give our team more confidence and more efficiency, put players in the right positions, make sure that ball is able to move. And but I'm glad. That's what we love about playing Chico State, to give you different looks. And it was good for our guys to get tested there and play against the zone.
Did you know they would? Or I don't know. I know in scrimmages sometimes you'll talk to their coaches, hey, you guys can do that. But does that ever happen?
No, I mean, we want them to play their style so they can develop. And we're going to play our style as well.
Do you anticipate Alonzo having a big year this year?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's Alonzo, but something that he's ready for?
Yeah, no doubt. He's put in a lot of work. Some of this is just health. He's missed quite a few games. I think he's missed 28 games in 2 years. So, being able to see him every day and practicing and taking care of himself, and then, game experience, getting into a rhythm. Part of having a great year is that when you're playing well, you keep playing. You're not out for a week or out for a couple of weeks. So, knock on wood, I think for us, we want him to be with us from start to finish. And if he's able to do that, I think he'll put together an All-American type of season.
And I said, he's kind of like a nondescript guy. He just kind of shows up and plays. Just doesn't, not show up kind of guy. Just, it's hard to see him going crazy with stuff. He just plays, right? I could be wrong. It's hard to see he's got that big game in him.
No, he's a creature of habit in that he puts in a ton of work. I haven't been around a young player that loves the gym, loves working on his game, come back at night in the summertime. I mean, he's just relentless in his work. And usually those guys win out. Their skill level, free throw percentage, shooting percentage, and efficiency grows. And I think that's the biggest thing with Alonzo. It's almost like a staircase where he came in, he was at this level, and maybe in his second year he got to here. I think that he's going to be the best that he's been because he's smarter and he's put in a ton of work.
What do you think of Manuel's rebounding? I know you said you wanted him to work on that at 7.
He's capable, and he has to give our team that element. Without Raleigh, we don't really have that big, small forward that we've had. And, Emmanuel could do a lot of different things. But, anytime he gets a defensive rebound, he can push it, and he makes good decisions. So he's playing with a lot of confidence. And again, somebody that works at it every day, and he deserves to continue to improve.
Seems like Alonzo's kind of extended his range, shooting deeper threes. How green is his light?
Well, we want him to take good shots because we have 4 other good players on the court. So, it just makes no sense for any of our guys to not take a good shot. But a good shot for him, no doubt. He has a lot of confidence in himself, as he should, but we all have a lot of confidence in him. So, if he's open, he's going to let it go. I don't think he's going to have to look over and worry about he's going to shoot it anyway.
So very green.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could Brandon be questionable next weekend? Because sometimes you got to keep him out a week, don't you, with the concussion?
He could. 2 days behind him. We'll know more, I think, over the next couple of days. But hopefully his symptoms leave him. But we're not going to put him out there if he has any symptoms. And he has to be, completely free of all symptoms for him to play. But, and the other thing is we also want him to be able to practice and be symptom-free. So we don't really know if he'll be available on Friday. But, assuming that all goes well, I think right around that time he should be good.
What happened?
He just got hit in the head in practice on Friday.
Or he fall, or
I think an arm hit him.
Do you have a sense of how your rotation is going to be right now? I know it's really early, but you have so much talent on that.
We do, but we've had our fair share already of injuries. I mean, we have one of our best players who hasn't practiced or played in Raleigh. Brandon's missed a couple practices. He's missed 1 game. Dylan Smith, he won't be available on Friday, but he will be past that, so we've missed him. And that's three players who all play the same position. So, I know it looks the part, but you get in foul trouble, or God forbid, one of the 4 perimeter players gets hurt. We're actually not very deep. So we're looking forward to getting those guys back. Hopefully, Brandon will be back.
I know it's early, but is it encouraging that those things have happened, just like you said in previous seasons in early November? You seem to have that rash, and yet you just keep plugging away tonight.
Yeah, we played well tonight. We had a good game, and I think we beat a very good team, a quality opponent for an exhibition game, and that's why we wanted to play Chico State. So I watched them play Stanford. We have a lot of respect for Stanford's team this year. I believe they'll be in the NCAA tournament. They have a veteran group, a couple all-conference players, a couple young players that will really be good. And, of course, they're going to keep growing like all teams. It's only November, but, the same team, I think it was more of a 10 to 15-point game. So, sometimes you use that as a barometer early on, but, we were in charge of tonight's game because of our level of play.
Anything else? Did you, Rondé, meet with the team by the way, or saw
He
you?
left. Yeah, I waved at him.
Did you
he left
get
him.
a chance to talk to the guys, or do you have to head right back?
I think when does he play tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he, just great to see him.